Big news for Duel Links, we have upcoming skill rebalancing changes. Also, we have a guaranteed ultra rare and super rare sale. Very quickly, I could tell you what might be good in the Road to Worlds campaign. Also, with this sale, structure decks are discounted. If we go down to here, structure deck sale, all of the structure decks that are not EX structure decks have no purchase limit. So you could buy any of the regular structure decks on the list for $2. Now for the EX structure deck, it is a purchase limit of 1. So if you've been holding back on any of these, make sure you pick it up. Neos Fusion, Ancient Gears, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Silent Magician. The sale for those is $4. Blue Eyes, Ancient Gears, and Neos Fusion are top tier decks right now.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
Starting off with skill rebalancing. This will be available sometime between May 20th and May 22nd, and it will be absolutely mandatory to update to this version of the game by May 28th. The first big change is Kaiba Court Bling. Can be used each time your life points decrease by 1800. In the draw phase, instead of conducting your normal draw, add a random glossy or prismatic. Thank you, Konami. This is what all the top competitive players have been complaining about and wanting forever. I've talked about this a lot on YouTube and even more on stream. This has been so horrible for the game. Pay to win players, true pay to win players, have been buying countless packs and structure decks in order to ensure that they have the correct glossy and prismatic cards. The worst thing about this was that the general public was so unaware with how detrimental this was for the game. You probably don't even know that First Place Global was playing 3 glossy diamond cores. He owns 41 diamond cores in order to accomplish that. Now, I simulated opening 41 diamond cores to mimic the First Place Global deck list, and it costed me over $2,500 for just the diamond cores. Now, I've said this many times before, the tier list on the DLM website and MCS results have historically been accurate compared to what does well in the KC Cups. The thing is with Duel Links right now is Duel Links is never truly competitive outside of KC Cups unless you're competing in community events. This is a very important statement because many people look at the tier list or results and think, oh, that's not happening on the ladder, that's not relevant. But then when the KC Cup comes around, you have things like First Place Global Kaiba Court Bling, which we state as tier 1 heading into the KC Cup, getting first place. So thank you so much, Konami, for making this competitive change. This was very much needed. We even had second place of the MCS heavily abusing Kaiba Court Bling, using a prismatic Neos Fusion and a glossy Miracle Fusion. No regular player will have access to this. You have to buy the structure deck countless times for even a chance to get a prismatic. And to make it even worse, you draw the prismatic over the glossy, which makes it even more pay to win. Moving on, we have Harpy's Hunting Ground skill reverting back to what it used to be. Begin the duel with the field spell Harpy's Hunting Ground. Harpy's Hunting Ground. This is the core card of a Harpy's deck. It gives all your Harpies 200 attack, and when a Harpy is summoned, destroy a back row card on the field. The last time we had Harpy's Hunting Ground work like this was back in 2017, where Harpies was the #1 deck heading into the World Champ qualifiers. Here are what the Harpy decks looked like 2 years ago when they were a tier 1 deck. Next up, we have Equipment Exchange and Field Exchange. Both are very similar. Equipment Exchange is at 3,000 or below. You could return up to 2 cards, including at least 1 equip spell from your hand to the bottom of your deck, then draw the same number of cards as you returned. Finally, this can be used over switcheroo. The great thing about this is it does not shuffle your deck. You're guaranteed to not draw what you put back into the deck, and even better, you get to return an additional card. Now, Field Exchange does the same thing, but instead of an equip card, you could send a field spell from your hand to the bottom of the deck in addition to another card. Next up, we have Let's Go Yugioh. At the beginning of the duel, add 2 Jut Fighters to your deck, then add 1 Yugioh Goyo Guardian to your extra deck. Subtle change in the text, but overall a big change for the skill. The skill used to replace your entire extra deck to be a single Goyo Guardian. Now it adds it to your extra deck. If you forgot what Goyo Guardian does, it's 2800 attack, requires an Earth Tuner, level 6. When this monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you take control of that monster, special summoned into defense. Moving on, Thunder, Water, and Wind can be used when your life points decrease by 1000. Randomly add a Senga, Kazajin, or a Suijin to your hand from outside of your deck. Can only be used once per duel. In case you don't know what they are, all three are double tribute and have the same effect but different attack and defense. During damage calculation on your opponent's turn when being attacked, you could reduce the opponent's attack to 0. Draw Sense low level, Draw Sense high level, and Draw Sense spell and trap. I am so happy for this. They have changed all of them to be exactly what Kaiba Court Bling was. Low level is randomly add a level 4 after losing 1000 life during your draw phase. High level is level 5 or higher randomly being added, and Draw Sense spell / trap is a random spell / trap. One of the best things about Kaiba Court Bling was when it was not being used to be pay to win. We all have a Prismatic Obelisk the Tormentor, and that was a great use of your Kaiba Court Bling. Now you could use Draw Sense high level and still have access to an easy Obelisk the Tormentor in your draw phase. The biggest collateral damage that was hurt by the Kaiba Court Bling that was not pay to win was everyone having prismatic enemy controllers. And unfortunately for enemy controller, the new Draw Sense trap effect does not replace Kaiba Court Bling for what it did for enemy controller. What I'm really excited about for Draw Sense low level is something that I don't think anyone has been able to try, or at least was not willing to spend thousands of dollars in order to try it, is Ultra Athlete's UA Midfielder. This is an ultra rare card. No one had triple glossy and or prismatic, and now we could use this with the new Draw Sense low level skill. 1000 life lost, add a midfielder, and that is a core card of the deck. So real quick, let's read their reasoning for the changes. Kaiba Court Bling, this skill was made easier to use in order to promote the use of character specific skills. However, it has proven to be too powerful, so we are reverting its activation requirement to its original condition. Konami, thank you so much for this, but Konami, shame on you for being so quiet about this. No one even knew through you that Kaiba Court Bling got first place global in your last KC Cup, so this did pretty much give an invite to Worlds. Harpies Hunting Ground, I'm very happy about this change. Bring back Harpies in addition to all the new Harpy cards we did not have while it was a tier 1 deck. And strengthening skills in order to make them more useful. I am always for buffs. I love buffs. This is good. Equipment Exchange and Field Exchange were useless. Switcheroo was much better than them, so very good change on that. And I'm also very happy about the Draw Sense skills actually being usable now. Maybe they will apply this 1000 Draw Sense skill effect to all the other Draw Senses if this goes well and turns out to not be too overpowered. Very quickly, I could tell you what might be good in the Road to Worlds campaign. What is this campaign? On your first purchase, you will get a guaranteed super rare. On your 5th purchase, you'll get a guaranteed ultra rare. All main boxes and mini boxes are currently available with this. So the first purchase, what is that? The first purchase is $1 for a guaranteed chance at a super rare in addition to 3 packs. That's an amazing deal. Now with each purchase, the price ramps up. I'm going to focus on just the $1 deal and tell you which box is worth it for the $1 deal of the guaranteed super rare card. I'm strictly going to be using the gem guide for this, and I will not be discussing cards that are kind of good or have future potential, only cards that are currently being used on the tier list. The tier list is created by the Top Player Council. These are the best performing players within KC Cups, World Champ qualifiers, and DLM events within 3 months. They make the tier list every single week, and the gem guide created by Superforms is automatically updated daily. Top decks and tier list is what this is updated by, giving us recommended decks, top staples, trending cards, and set breakdowns. With the 3-pack plus guaranteed super rare deal, which is the only part of the sale I'll be focusing on, this costs $1. We're gonna go straight down to set breakdown. Right away in Lords of Shining, there are only ultra rare cards being used in top tier decks. Warriors Unite, the only super rare card you have a chance of getting would be the 6 Sam United for a top tier deck. Unfortunately, Kizan and Xian are both ultra rare cards. Absolute Inferno, Red Dragon Archfiend is an ultra rare. Revolution Beginning, if you want to play Kokamira, which is a tier 2 deck, but it will probably fall off because of the Kaiba Court Bling bling nerf, so please stand by for the next tier list update. You'll just have to wait and see, because if we click on the tier list right now, checking out Kokamiru, the most used skill is Core Bling, so we'll have to see if Sealed Tombs is enough to maintain it as a tier 2 deck. Now the super rare cards are Diamond Core and Kokamiru Rooklord. Secret of the Ancients and Blackstorm Rising. Unfortunately, Armades and Breaker are both ultra rare cards. Stardust Acceleration if your Blue Eyes deck is missing an Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, then Azure Eyes Silver Dragon is a great add to your Blue Eyes deck. Not extremely needed, very rarely summoned though, so you could definitely just pass on this. The rest of the cards are ultra rare besides X-Saber Wayne. X-Saber Wayne's being used in some 6am decks. Gaia Genesis. This is good for Kokamiru Sandman and Kokamiru Urn Knight. But once again, like I said, check back on the tier list by next week to see if Kokamiru could stand up to Core Bling being nerfed. If you've been missing your Rihan in your 6am deck, Rihan is from Crusader Battlegrounds. This is your chance to potentially pick one up. Now, this is a card that will not be summoned in every single duel. It is very helpful if you get hit with a Wall D or Floodgate Trap Hole. Treacherous Trap Hole, it is so good that it is a strong staple in the current meta. Treacherous Trap Hole is being used in Blue Eyes, Neos, and Ancient Gears. Definitely go for a Treacherous Trap Hole. And then we have Valiant Souls. Now with Valiant Souls, we have this warning saying some relevant cards in this box may also be found in some newer sets. Think carefully before investing your gems here. Double Cyclone is that card. This is the only super rare card among these 4 cards, and it's already reprinted in the structure deck for Ancient Gears. Dawn Knight, this is a perfect opportunity to optimize your Blue Eyes deck. If you love Blue Eyes like I do, Dawn Knight is what you want. Tier 1 Blue Eyes, Resonance of Contrast, $1 deal. Hopefully you get lucky. If not, you could keep rolling with the additional deals. Being another chance for a super rare, another chance for a super rare, another chance for a super rare, until it swaps over into giving you ultra rares, and then back to super rare, ultra rare, then super rare, ultra rare. This will get quite expensive though once you get towards this. Cosmic Cyclone, unfortunately an ultra rare card could not be obtained with this $1 sale. Wall of D, this was just used in a first place meta weekly deck. 3 Wall of D used in that deck. This is super rare, a great chance to pick up your Wall of D, but Wall of D is also in the selection box, so be careful with that. Floodgate Trap Hole is an ultra rare, so we cannot do that. Gale Lizard an ultra rare, so we cannot do that. Sphere Karibo is an ultra rare, so we cannot do that, but Twister being used in Ancient Gears, you can do that. You can get your Twister if you want to use it in your Ancient Gear deck. I'm not sure if I could really advise anyone to go for this though. Even though it's a great card, I love using it. It's so specifically good against just 6am as you swing in with your Wyvern to activate your Twister onto your field spell or fortress. And that wraps it up for the box. Guaranteed ultra rare and super rare card. I just focused on the $1 deal. To be completely honest with you, I do not know how much money it ramps up to. Does it go to $3, $2, then $4, then $5, $10, $20, $30, $50? This is maybe be a $100 deal. I have no idea. So if you do know, you can let me know in the comments, even though this was just focused on spending $1 towards the best boxes.